class. I will try to tell you what is ManyChat, how to use it, why is it so goated, and at the end I'm going to briefly show you how to set it up, but it's a very easy process, so yeah. This is going to happen at the end, and let's start. I decided to go with an unconventional way to explain what ManyChat is, and I want to start with a very, very short story of how we started using ManyChat. So around 2 years ago, right, we were still doing slideshows, all right? So there were random health tips on the slides, and people were just scrolling and reading the slideshows. And at some point, we started adding comment CTAs, right? So let's look at this example. This simple lemon balm recipe is 87 more effective than Ozempic. Just a small disclaimer, absolutely do not take inspo from this. This is diabolical, but that was 2 years ago. We're not doing this shit anymore. So please do not take inspo from this. I mean, don't ever say that something is 87 more percent more effective than Ozempic, but this is just a great example to show you the whole story. So we're doing slideshows, health tips, and we started adding like comments to CTA. Okay, so there was a tip, and we said comment lemon balm, and I'll send you the recipe. Right? So what happened? Like people saw the tip, they really liked the tip, but they needed to do something in order to use the tip. So in this case, for example, there was a recipe, and they needed to know the recipe to use the remedy. Right? So they didn't know how to do it, and we could give them the know-how if they commented something. Right? So what it did. People were commenting, right? They wanted to get the tip. We were getting tons of comments under our posts, and like pretty cool. The comments were boosting the post, and everybody was happy. But then we started thinking, what if we actually sent people the tip, right? And this is exactly where ManyChat comes into play. So really quickly, ManyChat is a tool that automatically sends people DMs, okay? You're pretty much unable to send, let's say 1,000 people comment under your post in like 2 hours. There's absolutely no way you will send 1,000 messages, okay? So it just automates this for you, okay? So whenever somebody comments something, ManyChat will send them a DM with something else, all right? So what happened? We had our viewer, they saw our post, they liked a tip, they wanted to know how to use it, like in this case, how to make the lemon balm. And yeah, so they thought, all right, so lemon balm is going to help me lose weight. I want to know how to make it. So, okay, they claim that if I comment lemon balm, they will send me the recipe. All right, so the person would comment lemon balm. All right, ManyChat detects that somebody commented lemon balm and sends DM to that person. And yeah, in the DM, a person would get a lovely lemon balm recipe, and that's where the magic happens. The recipe would contain your product, all right? And hopefully, the customer who saw the recipe decides to buy the product to make the recipe. So let's say in lemon balm recipe, you needed to add, I don't know, fiber to actually make it work, whatever. So they would need to buy fiber to make it all work, all right? So this is like, this whole is the story of ManyChat. So we were doing slides, we started adding CTAs to comment. People were commenting, but they were not getting anything. And then we decided to actually give them something. So we were giving them the tips, and the tips started containing the products, and people started buying the products. This is genuinely how it all started in our game 2 years ago. And fast forward to today, I want to show you an example of how we are using ManyChat right now. So this is a video posted recently, like 2-3 days ago. I'm not really sure. It did 150k views. And here is the script of the video. I want us to briefly go over the script. All right, so before you go to bed, try this, folks. Take a small amount of castor oil and soak a cotton ball in it and rub it gently onto your bed. All right. So the video is about some kind of a remedy with castor oil and a cotton ball. All right. We're not going to be reading the whole script, but only the most important parts. All right. So we know that it's about castor oil and cotton balls, so it's probably some kind of remedy. When it absorbs through the skin overnight, it can help ease the inflammation that causes joint pain, knee discomfort, and leaves you waking up feeling stiff and heavy. Okay, so we know that if you if you soak a cotton ball in castor oil and you rub it somewhere, it will help ease the joint pain, inflammation, knee discomfort, etc. All right. So right now we will have some people relate to those exact problems. All right. Next, but If the pain keeps coming back, let me tell you, folks, the root of that inflammation is almost certainly your gut. All right. So now the avatar says that if the pain comes back after you use the remedy, the problem is 100% your gut. All right. So people related to the symptom will know that they might have some gut issues, and there is a chance that they would like to know how to fix the issues. Let's go further. Comment routine, and I will send you my daily fiber routine that helps clear the gut and my the gut and bring that inflammation down from the inside. Sorry. So she says that she knows a remedy that will clear your gut, which will help with the symptoms. If, of course, you comment, then she will send the remedy to you. So there is a high chance that people who related to the symptoms and then found out that the problem is most likely their gut will be interested in seeing the recipe or the routine that she has that supposedly will help clear your gut. And then she also says, just make sure you're following me first, otherwise I cannot message you. This is like a bonus tip. So I think it's actually true, like maybe not with every single account, but if somebody is not following you, you cannot really message them. And this is just like an additional tip to also gain more followers. So there is a high chance that if somebody comments because they really, really want the routine, they will also drop a follow just to make sure that they will 100% get the routine. Okay, so this was the script of the video, right? And look at this. It has 2.2K comments, right? This is a screenshot of the comment section. Everybody's saying routine, 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 routine. What does it tell us? So 2.2K comments. So let's assume 1.1K are ManyChat responses. Why am I saying this? Because whenever ManyChat detects somebody commented, like for example, routine or whatever your trigger word is, you can also make it respond to the person. So for example, it will say, check your DMs. So this is why probably around half of the comments are from ManyChat. So we know that around 1,100 people wanted to know your tip, all right? So those people commented, and those people also got this sort of message into their DMs, all right? So I'm not gonna share the exact message this creator sends, but I'll just give you like a structure of a ManyChat message that is very good in this scenario. So we know that the it was about the routine or recipe. Doesn't matter, it's pretty similar. So what does it say? This is my daily fiber routine. Then you give the recipe. So in this case, it's 1 cup of warm water, 1 scoop of soluble fiber, lemon, and honey. Then you explain how it works. So you use warm water to put fiber in, etc. Fiber does this and that. Then you add lemon so it tastes a bit better, and lemon does this and that. Honey does this and that, right? So yeah, you explain how it works, and then preferably you add social proof. So for example, women who do it come back thanking me because this and that. And then you recommend your product. So you say, I only trust this brand because it's third party tested, has no sugar, no chip fillers, blah blah blah. And then at the bottom, there's gonna be a button that will take you to Amazon, so they can actually buy the product in order to follow the routine. And hopefully, just like that, you sold another product just by using ManyChat. Of course, there are many ways to use ManyChat. This was just one of the ideas to use it. It's obviously a very good one. People are making a lot of sales with this, but in this particular script, ManyChat is like the main thing that is supposed to sell your product, but it doesn't have to be that way. So let's say that, let's get back to this part. But if the pain keeps coming back, let me tell you folks, the root of that inflammation is almost certainly your gut, right? And then there's the CTA to comment, and they will send you the recipe. So let's say instead of this, you actually plug the product in the script, right? So you say that fiber will solve this and this, and it will fix your gut by removing old waste, and just like that, the inflammation is gone, etc. All right. So then it might not be the best move to like plug the same thing, if you know what I mean, by using ManyChat. But it doesn't mean that you cannot use ManyChat. You can just use it in other way. So if you already did a product plug in the script, you can, for example, say after you plug the product, you can also say, I have a special newsletter for women who want to improve their health. If you would like to join, comment newsletter, and I will send you an invite in your DMs, okay? And you will probably get a lot of comments that say newsletter with women who want to join the newsletter. And for example, so then the message probably should not be a recipe. Then your trigger word on ManyChat is going to be newsletter, and the message would be, for example, in this week's newsletter, my special smoothie recipe to ease your joint pain. And the recipe, of course, is going to contain your product. So this is just another example on how to use ManyChat, right? Like if you do the product plug in the script, you just have an additional way to sell the product in just one script. All right, so now a very, very quick tutorial on how to set up ManyChat automation. So if you're completely new to this, go to ManyChat website, sign in with Facebook. I'm not going to go through the whole process because I actually have all my accounts connected to ManyChat, but you just have to log into your Facebook or Meta account. It will take you through all the steps. This is very simple. Just create the account, and then with an account, you'll have access to like home. If you want to set up your automation, obviously go to automations. In automation, you can choose between Instagram and Facebook. Let's say you want to do Instagram, and this is like the most basic automation most of us do. So auto DM links from comments. Press here, any post or reel. And here are like the trigger words. So if you remember the example from the video, it was routine, I think. So let's do routine, okay? If you want to do more words, just use a comma and say health, gut, whatever. Then you can do the opening DM, but it's not necessary. It's just like, so you send a message saying, hello, I saw you want to know my routine. If you are still interested, press the button below, and they will have the button that says send me the link, and then it will send them the next message. You can have it, you don't have to. Let's just not use it here. And this is going to be the main message. So this is where you do what I was talking about. So this is my gut routine. Then you do your recipe. So water, fiber, lemon. Then you say why it works, social proof, and why they should buy your product. And then here you add a link. You can, for example, say, let's say you're selling, I don't know, moringa. So you can say moringa here, or you can do click here. It kind of depends on the context of like what you wrote in your message. And then you just add your Amazon Associates link right here, or whatever link you're currently using. And just like that, you've created your first automation. This is this one, routine health gut. As you can see, it's live and it's already working. Okay, it's one more thing I kind of forgot to mention, but obviously this is just the ideation. So this is not the whole message you want to be sending, right? Like you need to you need to add your stuff, and you also need to make it like visually appealing. So add some emojis here, something like this, for example. When you have water, you can add like, I don't know, water emoji or something like this. I don't know, ice cube, for example. You can use enters. So when you say why it works, like divide sections by enters. And also when you're adding a link and you have click here, for example, this here you can also add, for example, the check mark. So yeah, also please just try to make your ManyChat messages visually appealing as well.